Evening, Hi-Fi fans. So it's Friday night again tonight, and as usual, James is here and we are checking out some Hi-Fi. So tonight on the table, I've got the Pioneer SX-750, and I've got that connected up to the Cantor 2 speakers. And we haven't been to the pub tonight, we came straight back here because we did have a fair few last night. We had a little bit of an eBay buying party last night because the big Harman Kardon finished last night about 9 o'clock. So James came round. My missus kept making jugs of pina colada, so we was having cocktail night and bidding on eBay. And yes, I did win the big Harman Kardon. So I don't know if that's good or not, 'cause it's not here yet. So it will be good. If it turns up, it's got all its parts in it and it doesn't take that much money to get it going. But it could be bad if it turns up and it's all burnt out inside and that, 'cause I've not seen inside it. There was no pictures of the inside of it on the computer. And I have done the most amount of money I've spent on a receiver in a long time. So I hope it turns up and it's alright. It has got some knobs and that missing off the front, which ain't the end of the world, you'll easy find them. But it's more about what's going on inside it. If it turns out to be knackered, then I might end up regretting buying it. And if I do regret buying it, I'm going to blame James, because it was his fault that we got it. Because what happened was, we was all three of us sitting round the computer. It didn't have long before it finished, and I went, right, how much are we going to go? My missus had had far too much to drink, and she was like, go all in. I was like, hang on. You don't know what it's like. It might have parts missing, it might be knackered, so let's not go stupidly high. So we sorted out a price and I was going to put that in. But then as it was counting down, like last few seconds, James went, put another 50 quid on that, I'll give you 50 quid towards it. So we upped the bid by 50 quid. And it turned out that we needed James's 50 quid, because in the last few seconds the price on it just rocketed. So without James's 50 quid we just wouldn't have won it. So if it turns up and it was a bad mistake buying it, I shall blame James, because it's his fault. And James is laughing now, and he just said it'll be alright, it just needs some knobs and a plug put on it. I think it needs more than that, James. So let's crack on with tonight's one. Pioneer SX-750 from 1976, and a pair of Cantor 2 speakers from the early 80s. And you just gotta love this Pioneer, because tonight it really is pumping a good sound out of these Kefs. So tonight, first CD that we put in was the Ramones Road to Ruin CD, and it didn't sound that good. Not because the Pioneer or the Kefs was making it sound bad, just because all that Ramones music, it does sound bad, don't it? It's not high fidelity sound, is it? We all love a bit of the Ramones, but let's be honest, them Ramones albums, they're not the greatest sounding recordings ever made, are they? But that's what gives them their charm, innit? If the Ramones was too clean and crystal clear and a really good recording, wouldn't be the Ramones, would it? So we had the Ramones on while I was cooking dinner, made me and James some burgers, and it did sound as good as the Ramones can sound. So the Kefs and the Pioneer did do an alright job with it. So after we'd eaten dinner, we cracked open some beers, sat on the sofa to put the Pioneer and the Kefs through their paces. So first one I put in, I dug out a Kraftwerk CD, slammed that into the CD player, went right, Autobahn, because the beginning of Kraftwerk Autobahn has just got super bass on it. So I put that in, turned it up a little bit. So then the track started. After we'd had a few of them lovely bass notes, I leant forward and turned it up a little bit more. And me and James just looked at each other, and we knew what that look was. That was the look of, no way, that sounds well good, because it did. That B200 driver in these caps, you could just tell it was really enjoying the power that this Pioneer was pumping through it. Now, I didn't turn it up any more because I do think this Pioneer would have the power to choke these cap speakers, because it really has got a lot of power in it, this old 750. And we did have it plenty loud enough. Trust me, there was no need to go any louder. So once Autobahn had finished, I went to the CD player and just flicked the track back, just so we could have the beginning part again, 'cause it just sounded so good. I do think it was the best bass notes I've had out of these Kefs so far. It was quite impressive, 'cause these are not an expensive set of Kef speakers. They don't cost much money, a set of these, and that bass we was getting out of them on Autobahn was really banging. So after we had the beginning of Autobahn again, I turned it down a little bit, 'cause trust me, it was so loud, I couldn't listen to music that loud all night, it would give me an headache. So we turned it down a bit and had the rest of the Kraftwerk CD. And we both just sat back. I don't think we spoke through the whole of that CD. We just both sat back, sipping our beers, just taking in the lovely tones of the Pioneer and the Kef cantors. 'Cause both of us do really like a bit of Kraftwerk, and on this little combo tonight, it really did sound good. So once Kraftwerk had finished, I went to James White, what do you want on? And he went, put some 80s stuff on, that's what these speakers were made for. So that's what I did. First track I banged in, it's a track called I Wonder If I Take You Home, and it's by Lisa Lisa and the Cult Jam. And it's a proper old school 80s classic. It's a good track. So we had that, and it's good because it's got high notes in it, so it's putting the tweeter through its paces a little bit. And that song again, it sounded really decent through this combo, because it's got a lot of high notes in that track. The girl's voice who is singing in it, she goes high quite a lot, and the tweeter was doing that bit really lovely, and it's got quite a lot of bass notes in that track. Not deep thumping bass, but there is some bass in it. So the combination of this driver doing the bass and that tweeter doing the woman's voice, yeah, it really works well. You can see why Kef matched this tweeter with that driver. So Lisa Cult Jam sounded really good. I'm up having a little dance about. I'm really enjoying myself. But I looked at James, and he looks like death warmed up. He was not even tapping his foot or anything. And James normally loves a little dance about or a little dance on the sofa. But tonight, nothing. So I went, James, are you alright, mate? He went, yeah, I'm alright. I went, are you sure, James? I've just paid Lisa Cult Jam and you didn't even tap your foot. And when I said earlier, do you want to go to the pub? You went, no, should we go straight back to yours? I said, and you always want to go to the pub, mate. So what's up? He went, oh, how much rum was your missus putting in them pina coladas last night? So it was at this moment I realised that James was really badly hungover and not feeling too good. And I went to him, did you go work today, James? He went, no, I wagged it. I went, James, come on, liven up, mate. It's Friday night, it's party night tonight. Liven up. I said, I'm getting you up dancing, James. He went, no, not tonight. No dancing. Too much rum last night. I went, no, mate, come on, it's Friday night. I said, what you need is another rum. So I poured us both a big rum and coke and said to James, get that down you, that'll make you feel better, mate. So I went, right, come on, James, up dancing to this one. So I thought, right, what can I put on to get James up? So I flicked through the CDs, thought, right, this will get his toe tapping. So I put in Liquid Sweet Harmony. And I've cranked the Pioneer up a little bit. And yeah, Liquid Sweet Harmony sounding fantastic through these kefs. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm having a little dance about, but I'm looking at James. Nothing. No toe tapping, no nothing. And he loves that track. So it's at this moment my missus come home and she's walked straight in dancing because she likes a bit of Sweet Harmony. And in her hand she has got a bottle of tequila. So I went to her, what you bought that for? She went, I didn't, Mum give it to me. Someone gave it to her and she don't like it, so she gave it to us. Do you want one? But that was a silly question, do I want one? Because before I'd even answered, she had reached up on the shelf, got down 3 shot glasses and had already started pouring out 3 tequila shots. And then I heard words that I thought I would never hear. And the words came from James, and they were, not for me, I don't want one. My missus went, what's up with old Misery Guts? I said, yeah, you're right there, he's well miserable tonight, he's hungover, isn't he? Can't handle the pina coladas. And she went, oh, come on, James, liven up. And just gave him a tequila shot. She went, come on, James, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And he necked it, which surprised me. So I thought, right, here we go, get him up dancing now. So I flicked through the CDs, thought, right, this will get him up. Put in the CD player. Bizarre Inc. Playing with Knives, it's called. Proper old classic. So I chucked that in. And you could see James slowly coming to life. You could see his little foot tapping. He couldn't help it to a bit of Playing with Knives. So the old Pioneer's pumping, the kefs are pumping, James is tapping a foot and Playing with Knives. He's sounding fantastic on this little combo. So then I've looked at the Tequila Kid and she is filling the shot glasses up again. So I thought, right, what's going to get James up now? So, on the same CD, I skipped it forward because I know there's a track on there James likes. So I found the track, push play, and bang, here we go. Asen, Trip to the Moon, Part 2. But nothing from James. He's just still sitting there, looking like death warmed up. And I thought, oh no, if Trip to the Moon Part 2 ain't going to get him up, nothing's going to work tonight. So anyway, the Tequila Kid has passed the shots out again. James has had another shot, and then me and my missus are dancing around like a pair of lunatics to Trip to the Moon Part 2. But nothing from James, he is still sitting on the sofa. So then that track finished, and it did sound good again. Trip to the Moon was absolutely pumping through this little setup. So I went to James, come on James, you getting up or what? He said, no dancing, not tonight. And then I thought, right, I will get him up. I went, right, James, you're up to this next one. He went, no, you're not getting me up. I thought, all right, I better get him up to this one. So I dug out another CD, and I was thinking, this is like a secret weapon. This is going to get James up. So I put it in the CD player, looked at James, and went, so you think you can outsmart a bullet? And he went, oh no, that's not fair. Don't push play yet. Pause it a minute. So I paused it. I went, why, what's up? He went, I need another shot before you play that one. So that was it. The Tequila Kid racked him up again. We necked a shot and I pushed play. And James was straight up. So James was back in action. And the track was Silver Bullet, 20 Seconds to Comply. Now, I don't think you're going to like this one, Mr. Muddy. Maybe this one's not for you, mate. But it was for us tonight, especially on the old SX-750 and these kefs, because Silver Bullet got turned up a little bit more, and it really was pumping. I was surprised how good a sound I was getting out of these Kefs with a track like that going through it. So you gotta give it to these Kefs. For their size, they are proper party speakers, these Kefs are. So Silver Bullet finished. And I just left the CD playing because next track is Silver Bullet again, but this time it is Bring Forth the Guillotine. And for any of you who know them tracks, you know their tunes, ain't they? And no point playing them at low volume. Them two need to be cranked right up. So we had Bring Forth the Guillotine, and then I thought, right, what do we need next? Because I'm in full-blown party mode now. I've had a few tequilas, and I'm still really happy because I bought that big Carmen card in last night. So I flicked through the CDs, and I thought, right, here we go, because my missus loves this track. Me and James like it, but my missus really loves this one. So I slammed this in the CD player, and it's by NRG, and it's a track called I Need Your Lovin'. And it's got really good vocals on it, this track, so the top end of this track is really good. Straight away, as this track started playing, my missus has reached down to the Pioneer and just cranked it up a little bit more. So it was the loudest we'd had the Pioneer going all night. To NRG, I Need Your Lovin'. And I'll tell you what, it really did sound good. I've been really impressed with these Kefs tonight, because they've had some right hard to deal with tracks thrown at them, especially Bring Forth the Guillotine. A lot of speakers really can't deal with that, but these Kefs have done a great job with every track tonight. So then I Need Your Lovin' finished. The Tequila Kid poured out another round of shots, and then I just skipped the CD forward because last track on this CD is a proper classic, and it is Origins Unknown in the Valley of the Shadows. So I know James likes this one, my missus likes this one, and I love this one. So I push play. Here we go, Valley of the Shadows. So all three of us are up, jumping about and having a really good time. The Pioneer and the Kefs are having it proper pumping, them two are, because this track's got some serious bass to it. So them Kefs are really being put through their paces with this one. But that B200 driver is dealing with it really well. So we're all having a great Friday night. The Pioneer and the Kefs are sounding good. And Valley of the Shadows, Origins Unknown, is absolutely pumping. So I've really enjoyed this little setup tonight. Well, it's not a little setup, is it? The Pioneer's a bit of a monster and these speakers are quite big, but I've really enjoyed this setup tonight. I know it's a strange combo setup because it's a load of money's worth of receiver with a sort of budget set of Kefs. But it's really worked well tonight. For a bit of a party, I would highly recommend this little combination that I have got on the table. And if you've got a friend like James that is really being boring on a Friday night, get a Pioneer SX-750, connect a set of Kefs up to it and chuck in the CD player 20 seconds to comply and just sit back and watch the transformation. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and I shall see you next time. And as always, I shall put a list of the tracks I've played tonight in the comments below.